How's it going, guys? We are going to talk about racism in the media, and that when it comes to sports, white people are portrayed as clumsy or, let's say, without style, and how women are portrayed as almost childlike. So we're going to be looking at a Gatorade commercial, which is about basketball, and basketball is predominantly a black sport. Most teams have mainly black people on them. So let's take a look at that first clip, and this is called D It Up, which means play defense. But the weird thing is, usually in these contests, the name of the contest is what the participant has to do, not the actual guy from the sports team.
Oh, come on now. From New York.
Come on.
Starting off, the contestant, he gives them a look as in like, are you kidding me? You're challenging me, even though you're in the NBA? I mean, he has confidence. And second of all, he goes into what's called a triple threat, which is where you're in a basketball stance where you can pass, shoot, or dribble. So immediately, this black man is shown having fundamentals in the game of basketball.
You in Town now. You better pay your taxes.
Now, I will concede and say, here he's shown to make a clumsy mistake, which everyone who's ever played basketball has bounced the ball off their shoe. It's fucking common. You have to understand the goal of this video is to show that the guy's going to lose to the NBA player. So it's in the script for him to lose and to make mistakes. But watch how he dribbles. He understands what he's doing.
This rating could be years before he breaks a sweat.
Clear your calendars, folks.
He does crossovers. He does behind the back. He obviously has the fundamentals of the game. And he almost even has style. But, of course, it's a regular guy going up against an NBA star. So he's going to lose. So now let's compare this video to the white guy's video, which is called Dunk Contest. The short black guy didn't even have to shoot or try to dunk or do any of that.
Toward our first challenger, he's a tiny, sweatless man who has yet to earn his Gatorade.
And here comes the flat-footed power forward, slowing the game down to a leisurely stroll.
First off, they call the white man a tiny man, and they call the black guy a flat-footed power forward. Now, which of those is more insulting? I mean, being called tiny or being called a flat-footed power forward, which flat-footed just means he's not running, he's walking.
Those balls aren't going to dunk themselves. Go ahead, grab one, and give it a shot.
Again, pay attention to how this man dribbles, how he runs, how he moves. Pay attention to how he just has no style, no finesse at all.
What kind of vertical do you think we're dealing with?
I'm getting the sense the word vertical won't apply here. Oh, not even.
Wow.
Now, what score would you give that one, Rick?
I'd have to give that one not a dunk.
I want to ask you guys a question. Why is it that they showed the white man trying to dunk and not the black man? They could have easily had the roles reversed, the white man in the D-Up commercial and the black man in the dunk commercial. I mean, they're embarrassing this man. They're embarrassing white people with this man, the way that he moves, the way that he jumps. I mean, it's embarrassing and cringy to watch. Why is it that the black man isn't in that role?
But here's Carl Anthony Towns to show us how it's done. Oh!
Is it because in basketball we're supposed to see black people like this? Because you'll never see it in any other sport. They even have Gatorade commercials with J.J. Watt. In football, they will not show that white men can't play so terribly compared to black people. They'll show them that they're equally terrible, I guess, if they're not NFL stars.
Right through it. This will be the deciding factor. It's so close going into round 3.
Oh, another one. He can't even get to the rim. What score would you give that one?
I'm giving it the question mark because I have no idea what I just saw.
You want to dunk? You want to dunk? Come here.
This is going to be the last clip before we move on to the woman's clip. Do you think this is why they didn't show the black man? Because he had to actually pick up this little tiny white guy to get him to dunk? Maybe it would be racist if he had to pick up the black guy and get him to dunk. I'm pretty sure if that were to happen, there'd be a bunch of keyboard warriors going off on Gatorade. In what other sport would you see this happen, where the star player literally has to carry the regular guy and assist him in getting the job done for the game, or scoring, or whatever it would be? This is almost treating the white man as a child. This is what you do to children to help them dunk. I'm surprised they didn't use it for the woman, but I understand why they didn't, because they would definitely get in trouble for that. The woman is so incompetent, she has to be carried by the man, blah, blah, blah. It'd be way too fucking blatant. But alright, let's move on to the next clip.
Wow, a very controversial play there by the unsweaty woman with that Gatorade.
Wow, a very unprovoking, uninsulting comment by the commentators. I wonder why they didn't use something like that for the men. Is it because we have to treat women like children?
That's right. You don't sweat it. You don't sweat it.
I think we all know why he didn't slap it out of her hands. Because that would be violence against women. When he did it against the man, you didn't see it as violence, did you? You saw it as a gesture of a challenge. But of course, you can't do that to women because it would look mean. We'd be meanie heads.
You don't get it.
You just take my Gatorade?
You gotta earn it.
Do men do this to other men? Do they take their stuff? And I'm 6'4". I don't do this to other men. I don't take their stuff and hand it or hold it above their head and say, gotta earn it, gotta get it back. I do it to children, to play around, to joke around with children. And children do it to other children. This is how we treat women like children.
No way.
You gotta earn that sugar.
I'm not sure. What's the opposite of hang time? Opportunity.
Ah, there we go.
And then, of course, for her to even be able to get it, he had to lower his arm. And then she screamed in happiness. I mean, men wouldn't do that if we didn't win out of merit and had to have the game rigged for us. And of course, we have to let the women win. She's the only one who won the contest out of the three. The two men lost and she won. She had to have the game rigged in her favor for her to even win. But of course, she had to win because she's a woman, and that's how we treat women like children. Alright guys, that's it for me. Thanks for watching the video. Later.